Welcome back to Video Vault 5, presented by 650 Gold. I'm Leon Bibb, along with news videographer and station archivist Tom Livingston. You know, I think everyone in Northeast Ohio has been to Cedar Point at least once in their life. For many decades, it's been a gathering place for families, friends, and fun. In the 1960s, Cedar Point built its first roller coaster called the Blue Streak, along with other rides such as the Dodgem, the Earthquake Ride, the Pirate Ride, and the Mill Race.
Now we're going to show you two Cedar Point stories we did back in the day. The first is a report from the 1970s with Mark Koontz in a very loud sports jacket. And then you'll see a story from the 1980s with Dr. John Miller, who was our science reporter at the time.
What's it like to be one of the 60 test pilots on Gemini 1? You'll soon see, and I think you might hear too. We're at the top of the hill. The world's biggest and fastest roller coaster, folks. Hang on. Here we go. Here we go. Whoa! 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 The ride is absolutely incredible. Here we go again. We're coming into what is called a figure eight, which is just before the end of the ride. Watch this. Here you go. People, I want to tell you something. That is some kind of ride. It's the Gemini at Cedar Point in Sandusky.
Thousands of people visit amusement parks every day, so it takes a special person to make sure the rides are fun and safe. Bill Woodruff sees the Ferris wheel turn 300 times a day. Kathy Kidd puts up with non-stop shrieks as you ride the corkscrew. Here's the newest ride, the Daredevil Demon Drop. It must take a really special person to run this ride, so meet a computer? That's right, the Demon is a computer.
This is one of the first computer-controlled rides in the country.
The computer knows where every car is at any moment. Its eyes are electronic switches that magnetically sense each car as it passes several checkpoints.
The bottom three banks of lights monitors the speed of the car within the brake system. If the car is going too slow, the brakes open slightly. If the car is going too fast, the brakes close slightly.
That all sounds fine in theory, but what happens when it breaks down?
This is the main computer terminal. If we do have a malfunction in the ride, we can punch in a series of numbers and it will tell us exactly what the problem is.
This ride was scary enough when all you had to worry about was falling 99 feet straight down. But now that I know the Demon is a computer, it's twice as scary. Dropping through space, Tom Miller, TV5 Eyewitness News Update. Woo!
Lots of fun, I'll bet. I remember riding the Gemini, and Tom, confession time. My daughter talked me into getting on that thing. When we got off, I had to lie down under a shady tree. I says, all I need is 15 minutes, just 15 minutes, and I've left it alone ever since.
Well, you look at that now, the Gemini is so tame compared to some of the other coasters that are there. You know, the height and the speed.
Yeah.
Well, the Blue Streak is still there, but the Demon Drop's no longer there. Did you ever ride the Demon Drop?
I only looked at the Demon Drop and I says, that's too high up for me. Let me ask you, do you get a lot of reaction on Video Vault page on Newsnet 5 when you talk about Cedar Point?
Cedar Point did amazing. When I posted it last August, it had the most hits of anything I posted all year on the Newsnet 5 Video Vault page.
Well, it's a lot of fun to watch it and ride it too, I'll bet, for those who want it.
Well, indeed.
Another popular landmark in Northeast Ohio was the Richfield Coliseum, where in 1976 we all witnessed the miracle at Richfield. For 25 years, it was the premier venue for such events as NBA basketball games, hockey games, wrestling events, and circus shows. It also hosted many concerts. Frank Sinatra played the first concert there in 1974, and Roger Daltrey played the last. It was also the site of the 1975 boxing match between Muhammad Ali and Chuck Wepner. That match partially inspired the movie Rocky.
And here's the story our Alan DePietro filed when the Coliseum was eventually demolished in 1999.
There were people with cameras, people standing by with a repast of pasta and pizza, even an eye in the sky to mark the occasion. In 10 quick seconds, what was remaining of the Richfield Coliseum came down. So why was the Coliseum built here in the first place between Cleveland and Akron in what people would call the middle of nowhere? Well, Nick Maletti, the Cavs owner, tried hard to get the city of Cleveland to help build an arena in the city to replace the old Cleveland Arena. But nothing came of the talks, so Maletti built the Coliseum himself. Another man remembers well the trademark of the Coliseum, the noise generated by a basketball crowd.
I just remember the noise. You couldn't hear yourself think. You couldn't hear the person standing next to you.
The natural noise that came from crowds before scoreboards urged them to make noise.
Bingo on the run, the gun, no. Rebound, Clemens! No! Clemens got it! Clemens got a rebound! And the game's over! Cleveland wins!
So the ghosts came out today to end an era. No more boxing, religious events, concerts. No more rodeo, soccer, hockey. What Sinatra opened in '74, the record closed in '99. Alan DiPietro, News Channel 5.
Tom, I've driven by that area many times. It's just a grassy meadow there, that's all. And you wouldn't know that there once was a building there.
It's sad, all the memories from there. People give me comments all the time about the Coliseum, how much they missed it, and the concerts that they went to. You know, for me personally, I missed the sight lines, and I also missed the legroom.
Let me tell you the concert I remember. I was there for the New Kids on the Block. My daughter was in love with that boy group, and I was one of the fathers there with their daughters as the girls were waving their cigarette lighters all at the Coliseum. New Kids on the Block. Dad's in the house also.
And Leon, the video that we showed had a shot of Frank Sinatra. That was Nick Maletti next to Frank, the man who built the Coliseum.
Reminds me of the old Frank Sinatra song, You Say There Once Was a Ballpark Here.
There used to be an arena there.
Yeah. Well, coming up next, we'll show you how an entire city was united by a Channel 5 sportscaster and his cigarette lighter.
And don't forget, you can see more than 100 of my video vintage clips on our video vault page at newsnet5.com.
We'll be right back in just a moment.
See dozens of vintage clips from decades of News Channel 5 programming. Go to newsnet5.com/Cleveland Video Vault 5, presented by 650 Gold.